Oh man, is YouTube in a lot of trouble, man? So if you guys don't know, YouTube and I had a very candid conversation the other day, or I guess what I thought was pretty candid, where we were talking about a lot of the problems that the community has with YouTube. And one of the main things that we were discussing is the lack of transparency from YouTube. A lot of us think that YouTube uses a lot more automation than they claim, and a lot of the automation that we think that they use is actually on Twitter. We think that there's a lot of replies they make, which are AI generated. We don't really believe that there's a real person on the other side of the screen. And there was a YouTube employee who I talked to who vehemently insisted to me, like, trust me, dude, it's always a human on the other side of the screen. We have never, ever, ever used AI generated responses on X. We don't plan to. And, we send like 10,000 plus messages a week. So sometimes we have to use, the same playbooks and stuff like that. Well, they just accidentally revealed exactly what type of playbook that they're using. Woke up this morning to a tweet from Endermanch, and he basically said they will 100% delete the tweet. So that's an oopsie that happened here. And the tweet is from TeamYouTube, and it says, heard back and confirming the video will remain down for insert termination reason and link to specific policies help center article. You can also read through the email sent for more info on the policy. We know this wasn't the outcome you're looking for, but really appreciate your understanding. They accidentally just left this part that is supposed to be, filled in by basically another human, and they just, put it here. So now we know that anytime TeamYouTube tweets at us, like what is this, like 80% of the tweet is just a copy and paste. And some people are saying it's AI generated. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but the point is that they don't even write most of the tweet. Most of it is just a copy and pasted template. And the reason why this is an issue is because if I know that I'm going to be talking to TeamYouTube and they claim that it's a human, and like 90% of the tweet is just a template that they already have written down, they're not going to say anything unique to my situation, then obviously that's going to make me think that TeamYouTube and YouTube in general just uses bots. And if it didn't make the YouTube look guilty enough, they actually deleted the tweet. So, oh my gosh, this is just not a good look at all from YouTube. And I did see a lot of people making the argument, like I said before, that this is like an AI generated response. I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm sure there's a way to kind of like check or confirm. But what the point is and what we should be focusing on is YouTube was really trying to convince me specifically, like, hey, listen, it actually, this person said themselves, it actually makes them sad as someone who's worked at YouTube for years that a lot of people think that YouTube just uses bots on everything. When in reality, they are just, according to them, just using the same playbook and stuff like that, and example responses that people can pull from and stuff. Well, how are you going to be surprised that we think that you guys are bots when 80 to 90% of your tweet is just some sort of copy and pasted template? And then you guys deleted it, and obviously that makes you guys look even worse because now it feels like we caught you guys doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing. Maybe they remade that tweet and fixed this part of it, but here's another problem. They've actually been doing this for years. So Enderman, who is also called out YouTube before, he made a tweet like 10 days ago saying YouTube is openly lying about a human being on the other side of the screen. You can verify whether it's an actual human from YouTube team or AI talking to you based on the tweet source device. Sprinkler is the AI agent they are using to seed false hope into you. And he pointed out when TeamYouTube is like, oh, hi human here, Sprinkler Care will be showing up over here, and that is an AI contact center thing. Here's another one where they tweet from the official web app, but YouTube did actually have an explanation for this where they said, you're right that we use Sprinkler. We need a tool to help us organize the thousands and thousands of mentions we get every day. Sometimes we reply directly through X, which is why you see different sources, but it's always a person, never an AI agent. If our replies sometimes feel repetitive, it's because we get a lot of similar questions. Still, we never want to sound robotic. We've shared your post and feedback with the entire team as a reminder. So remember, they shared the post and feedback on November 7th, and they just said word for word that they don't want to sound robotic. But now we have found this tweet from today, this morning, where they don't want to sound robotic, but they just use a copy and pasted tweet that they have been sending to everybody. And we have also found a lot of proof, shout out to everybody who I'm about to show on screen, that they have been using these tweets for years. Here's a tweet from May of this year, so about 6 months ago, where they are still using the exact same thing. It is the exact same tweet that Enderman showed, word for word, the exact same thing. So when they give you like that false consolation at the end, just remember that this isn't like a human being typing that out and giving you like a sincere, appreciation for your understanding. It's copy and pasted, and it's been done so for years. Here's a tweet that somebody else found where it's pretty much saying the exact same thing, except they change a few things over here. From 2023, so 2 years ago, our policy team confirmed the determination was correct. You can read through this article for more info on insert policy name here, policy that led to this decision, link to specific policy article in HC. Appreciate your understanding of our need to make this tough call. You know, it just sounds so disingenuous when you really realize that the only parts of the tweet that could actually be from a real human is going to be the policy name and the link to the policy article, which are two things that someone doesn't have to think about when they can just copy and paste the policy name here, copy and paste a specific link here. So literally, when you think about it, none of this was actually written by like a human being per se. No one actually sat down and typed out this tweet to you. They are actually just copy and pasting every single aspect of the tweet. And then they claim that they want to sound genuine and that it hurts them that we think that they're bots and stuff like that. But what else are we supposed to think when your entire tweet is just copy and pasted? Think that's bad enough? No, we actually have tweets that were going back to 2022. Our policy team confirmed the termination was correct. We suggest reading through this article for more info on insert policy name here. Policy that led to this decision. Link, appreciate your understanding of our need to make this tough call. December 2nd, 2022, man. Here's another one from today where they're doing the exact same thing, except this time the channel was in violation of our X policy. Huh? What? I mean, do you mean X as in like this is a variable, or are you trying to say X as in the website that we're using right now? Elon Musk, you sliding TeamYouTube a few million to moderate your website too? I mean, he already pays people to play video games for him so he can look cool and show everybody his high-level account, but that's a different matter. This seems to be another error in YouTube where they just copy and pasted this response and they forgot to take out this part of it. I mean, this is just not a good look from YouTube at all. And a lot of these tweets are surfacing today. Like I said, I woke up this morning and I saw that tweet from Endermatch and I was like, man, this is just a really bad luck, man. And it's a shame because, you know, I don't want to discredit this person who was talking to me if it even was a person. You know, for this full DM conversation, be sure to go check out this video on my channel. YouTube finally comes clean for the full DM conversation, but regardless, they really did seem genuine to me. It really seemed like they were sad that they were being identified as a bot by most of the community. They seem sad that a lot of people think that the responses on YouTube and Twitter are always so robotic. But what else are we supposed to think when we are really looking at copy and pasted responses here? I was telling this person this in the DMs as well, and you guys can see that in the full conversation in the other video, that I was telling them, you know, you guys are whoever is talking to me right now, you guys are speaking so authentically that I'm actually, you know, wondering whether you're a bot or not. That's a good thing. That's a good thing if I am looking at a message that YouTube sent me and I'm like, damn, this might actually be from a real person, you know, because it seemed authentic. They were throwing in acronyms and they were saying like haha and stuff like that. And again, it could be like an elaborate ruse. It could be a bot or something like that. But at the end of the day, it seemed more genuine. At least there was effort put into it, right? So that made me actually like be a little bit more receptive to what YouTube had to say to me, because remember, they reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them in this specific situation. So we're talking about the fact that, you know, we might do an interview, right? So I said that I'm sure the YouTube community would appreciate if like an employee or whoever can just do an interview with someone like me who's not going to pull any punches and ask you guys some really tough questions. And they even agreed and said, you know, they love the idea of an interview and would like something more real with the creator. Well, I don't think that interview is going to happen now because one, they keep reading my messages and not replying. And two, I'm definitely going to bring up the fact that they are using these 90% tweet templates in their responses to people that offer this false consolation at the end. I mean, remember, like if somebody is trying to give you some sort of sympathy for a situation that you're going through, I'm pretty sure you would appreciate it a lot less when you know that it was just a copy and pasted response. So I don't know, man. I gotta just keep it real with you guys, man. You know, like YouTube was kind of getting back in my good graces with that DM conversation that we had, but they really lost me here, and this is just messed up. And I have been seeing people defending YouTube in this situation, saying, yeah, this doesn't mean that the tweet is AI generated. You know, it could still be just a template that a lot of companies use for mass replies to tweets. And that's a fair point, and it's a point that I've made in this video. It might not be AI, it might be AI. But my point and my argument that I'm trying to make in this video is that TeamYouTube, as you guys saw from this DM conversation, is upset that they are being labeled as robotic and AI and inauthentic. Well, what the hell do you guys expect when we are reading these types of tweets? When those tweets are also getting deleted after they are pointed out, it shows a level of, you know, either mistake or guilt on YouTube's part. And that makes us even more like, oh shit, wow, we pointed this out and they're deleting it. So it's like, oh, they're kind of like embarrassed that we found this out. I mean, imagine getting a false strike or a false channel termination and then you get this back from YouTube. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I would be heated. And, you know, I've already had situations where I was falsely banned off YouTube and I did get false strikes, both community guidelines and copyright strikes. Man, a reply like this might send me over the edge. I'd be so damn pissed. I would be like, dude, you guys have got to be fucking kidding me, man. You guys use bots to ban my shit falsely and now you guys are using bots to reply to me. falsely. And apparently, according to this tweet, they're doing some moderation for Twitter as well. So I guess Team YouTube is just really doing a good service to the internet out there. So yeah, I don't know, man. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Like I said, this is just not a good look for YouTube. And because I made this video, I'm pretty sure that interview with YouTube is not going to be happening. Please do be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe with notifications on. I really do feel like my videos are getting suppressed the more and more I keep going in on YouTube. And be sure to leave a comment as well for the algorithm. I really appreciate all you guys. YouTube keeps removing the hype feature from my videos as well. So I don't know. I guess they really have it out for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts on the situation in the comments. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.